shine away. Right now me standing tall, no falling hand, no doll. 'Cause we're here, and the seas breaking from the north. Oh, oh, 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 breaking from the north.
Very warm welcome to this special program. Today we are live in Nigeria, Lagos, Southwest Nigeria precisely. And of course, tell you what, and with that mind, that as the brand that anywhere you go in telecommunications in Nigeria, you can always see that name. That is Slot. And I know maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people watching me right now will have bought a phone or any of these gadgets in one of his offices, whether in Lagos, whether in Abuja or any part of Nigeria. Very privileged to see him today. We're going to be talking about how he made it through life and how he became what he became, so that you can see him as an example that if you can do it, you can do it. It's going to be a special discourse. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Breaking from the north.
Welcome to this program, sir. It's good to have you on our set.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
It's good to see you about that Slot. I've seen Slot, but now I'm seeing Slot. Tell us, who are you and what do you do?
Oh, that's interesting. Nothing special. I'm not a special guy. I just feel I was able to do some basic things, and that actually helped me to make the difference. I started like any young man, any other young man. I studied electrical electronics engineering, and just because I couldn't find a job, all right, I needed to carve one, or I needed to create one for myself. So for 2 years, I couldn't get a job, and I just needed to do something on my own. So I believe that there is a basic way to go about job creation. I think I did the fundamental thing. Basically, there's always the fundamental thing. The question is, what is the fundamental thing? For you to have your own business, for you to become an entrepreneur, what do you need to do? So I think the most important thing is to develop the right competence. That's what I did. So after my degree as an electrical engineer, I needed to spend some time with a friend to acquire the right expertise, the right training. So I spent 6 months with a friend who, as at that time, had a computer engineering outfit. So that helped me to develop competence. I got my hands dirty, and I learned the trade. So after 6 months, I was able to set up a small workshop where I used to stay and attend to consumers, attend to people who had problems with their computers. So I was more like a computer engineer. And then because I had the right training, coupled with my traditional or formal education in engineering, I became a very good engineer. Apart from the fact that I had the right competence, I was also very passionate about this trade. So you can imagine passion and competence. All right, so that gave me the right, that placed me in the right position. And I enjoyed it, and that helped me to build the brand called Slot. So I started as a computer engineer, and because I was very good in my bid to create value for consumers and attend to people's problems, it was not a big deal to switch from computer engineering business to mobile phone business at the advent of GSM in 2001. So I just saw myself, moving from one level to the other. Basically, because I had consumers, I had customers, I had clients who had wanted me to continue to grow because I was doing the right thing, I was creating value, I considered the consumers. And so I saw Slots grow from one stage to the other. So it was basically a small engineering outfit that became a brand, a strong name, and then a strong brand.
Okay. A lot of people call themselves CEO, but you simply call yourself MD. And what about that name, Slot? What does that mean?
Well, Slot is an English name, and obviously that means space. It means position. So we as at that time, felt, oh, there is something lacking in this system. All right, we need to have a company that can actually take this position. A company that will be so concerned about creating value, listening to customers, developing products and services that is that meets the consumer's taste. So for us, it's about being in the right position to provide value for our customers. So that's the whole essence of the name Slot. So Slot is about position, it's about space.
Okay, you had a training and for about 6 months, couple with what you know already, your knowledge, and you combine both together to start this business. Well, Slot is all about telephones and telegadgets. Why do you choose to go into that aspect of the industry?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. When GSM came into Nigeria, 2001, they needed people who actually had some basic engineering training. And I think one of the things that actually helped us to become the telecoms company that you see today is the fact that before the advent of GSM, we were already doing computer business. We were already doing computer engineering. We were already selling computer products, computer accessories. We were building our own local computers. So we had a clientele base. So it was very simple to switch from computer trading to mobile phone business. So we had the clientele base. We had the right training because we didn't just also jump into the GSM business. I went to South Africa, I visited a couple of companies in South Africa, and I learned the trade. I learned what they were doing. I needed to know what GSM is all about. So it's helped us. So one of the things that actually helped us to grow the Slot brand is the fact that we have a good or better after-sales service. All right, mobile phone is not like a bottle of red wine. All right, you don't just buy a mobile phone. So you also need to enjoy the after-sales service. So we had good workshop that actually provided the kind of after-sales services that consumers wanted, and so that has helped us to grow the business. So apart from selling mobile phones, we also provide after-sales service. We have good engineers because we believe in training. We believe in creating value. We believe in selling the right products. So I think in Nigeria, there are a few companies that actually pay attention at their reputation. There are a few companies that are so concerned about their credibility. So because we have seen credibility, we have seen customer service as one of our core values, I think that actually helps us to differentiate our brand.
Okay, fantastic. When you talk about being an entrepreneur or a business owner in Nigeria, finance is a major challenge. How were you able to weather the storm while you were struggling to be a successful businessman? Finance will have been a problem. How did you get over that?
Yeah, but I think finance shouldn't be a problem because in Nigeria, I think one of the things that people are struggling with is integrity and honesty. The banks want to do business, so they are looking for companies that are well organized, that are structured, that over the years has proven that they have integrity. And so for us, we have what the banks need. We have the platform to show that we can do big business. We have good structure. We have integrity, and so our credibility is enough to paint the picture of a reputable company. So obviously, the banks will definitely want to finance our businesses because they've seen the numbers and they are very convinced that this company has future. Banks will not just walk to you and ask for and then give you money. They want to see your cash flow. They want to see your plan for the future. They want to see your vision. All right. So if your vision is inspiring, all right, the banks will be motivated and they will want to do business with you because for them, the more business they do with you, the more profit they make. So I don't think entrepreneurs should struggle with that. As long as you are creative, as long as you're creating value, as long as you're convincing, your business is convincing enough, any finance company or any bank will want to partner with you because they need partners, all right, for them to actually sustain their business as well. So we never struggled to raise finance because we relied on the relationship, we relied on our good name, and we relied on what we can actually do.
Okay. Let's talk about your brand now. What were the strategies that you had in mind, or probably you have brand specialists to actually design the Slot thing? Because nowhere where you go, if you want to buy a good phone with guarantee or warranty, the first thing that comes to your mind is Slot. What were your strategies for the brand that made it so popular in Nigeria?
Well, I think one of the things that helped us is the fact that we depend on the right people. All right, we usually go for smart minds, and then on my own, I've spent years and time to actually invest in myself. All right, in the course of running slot, I've acquired my MBA, and I also attended Harvard Business School. And so in these business schools, they teach you about branding, they teach you about business generally. So I feel an entrepreneur must be properly trained. All right, you can't just become an entrepreneur if you don't understand some of these basic things. So I understand what it takes to run a company. I understand that you must have a strategy, and then your strategy must align with your capability in order to create value. So as an entrepreneur, my strategy is to make competition irrelevant. All right, my strategy is to do stuff that competition cannot do. And then how can I come up with such strategy? It's based on my business capability. All right, so we look at our strengths and then design strategy that aligns with our strengths. And so you want to copy our strategy, because if you do that, you can't sustain it. So for us, our strategy is unique to us and it's dynamic. So at every point in time, we can tweak it because we own it. All right. And so one of things we've done over the years is actually to look at the people and come up with products that are adaptable to the people, the culture, and their lifestyle. We've been able to produce or design some very interesting products and services. For example, we now have the screen insurance in Nigeria. So with that, you can buy a phone from slots, and then within 1 year, you can enjoy a free screen warranty. If your screen is broken, accidental damage, we'll replace it for you within 1 year. That's wonderful. Because we look at the people, we look at their lifestyle, and we see that most Nigerians are carrying phones with broken screen. So we came up with that service or that product. And then another one, we also came up with the trade-in. All right, this is new in Nigeria. So trade-in means you can buy a phone from us and come back after 6 months or whenever to trade that phone for a new phone, because Nigerians are very trendy people. They want to buy new models, they want to carry latest phones, they want to carry more expensive phones and all that. And so we design products based on the needs of the people, not necessarily what is obtainable in America, in Europe, or in other parts of Africa. So it's basically something that is tailored, all right, or is customized for the people. And then also we were able to introduce the dual SIM phone in 2006. All right, Techno brand is a very popular one today in Nigeria. We introduced that into the Nigerian market. We brought in Techno because we discovered that as at that time, people were carrying 2-3 phones. And we said, what can we do for our people? So we came up with a phone with dual SIM. So with that, you can actually carry a phone and you have 2 SIM cards in that phone. All right, so if a network is not doing well in your environment or in your state, you can have 2 SIM in one phone. So 2 SIMs in one phone will help to solve your network problems. So we did that. We also looked at the problem of electricity, and we also introduced the torchlights. All right, this all happened in 2006. That's a long time. And so people now carry phone with torchlights. So at night, if there's no light, your phone can serve as a torch as well. All right, so we've been able to introduce some very, very exciting products and services just to meet the needs of the Nigerian people.
How has the economic policy affected your business? We've seen a situation where forex is very scarce to come by in Nigeria, and of course a lot of business, small private businesses are growing that, look, we have to close shop because we can access forex. Has that affected slot? Then number 2, in the United Kingdom, once you have your insurance on the phone, you can always get a brand new one if it's stolen. Are you going to introduce that?
All right. Yeah, for us, I feel entrepreneurs must be people who are imaginative and innovative. Because some of the situations some of the challenges actually can become opportunities. So for us, we look at the challenges most times and we try to see opportunities within those challenges. So, well, in terms of dollarization, we are not different from any other company. We actually suffered from that problems. But one of the things we did to hedge against dollar was to make sure we pay our suppliers as quickly as possible, because if you have a credit policy, there's always 3-4% attached to that. So if you buy at dollar today, you tend to, it's easier for you to actually put a cost to that. But if you have a credit policy, or if you enjoy credits from suppliers, you tend to suffer from that, because you bought at a particular dollar price today, and in a week time, the price is going to change, and so you will struggle to pay. we also choose not to borrow in dollars, all right? Because if you borrow in dollars, you're going to have problems with that. So you rather borrow in local currency. So those are things that we did to actually hedge against dollars, all right? So for us, it's better to buy today and pay today, rather than buy today and pay in 30 days.
What about the exchange rate? How still affecting your business?
Yeah, the exchange rate definitely will affect our business, but for the fact that we buy today and pay today, it's easier to know your cost today and build that into your selling price. All right, but if you don't do that, you tend to suffer from fluctuation in dollars. So what we did exactly was to buy and pay from our suppliers immediately. All right, if you want to enjoy credit facility, then there's a 3-4% attached to that, because dollar, as at that time, you can't predict it. It was quite difficult, but I think it's becoming very stable right now, and so it's easier for anybody to actually plan.
Okay, let's go into leadership now and role modeling. I can see you as a role model, a vibrant man who has so much passion and energy. When we see a lot of our youth on the street, we hardly see role models of back in the days again. We now have a society where entertainment is the order of the day for our youth, and they believe that, well, since the country cannot give us what we want, we can as well explore other areas like entertainment, and that will not build the future of Nigeria, because the youth will always be the future. What will be your take on this, sir?
I think the problem of mentoring is missing. It's an issue. I also believe that we have few social entrepreneurs. All right, there should be social entrepreneurs, people who are involved in selfless service. All right, people who are involved in building other young entrepreneurs, who are involved in building other young business owners. I think there are very few social entrepreneurs. All right, I think it's our responsibility as entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs are expected to be leaders as well. They are expected to be agents of change. All right. In my own little way, I've been involved in speaking at different entrepreneurial fora. I've been involved in speaking even at churches, and then I have an annual lecture in my state. So I think that's just in my bid to help the youth understand that, look, you have to work it out. All right. You don't just pick these things on the street. You need to do the right thing. You need to do the fundamental thing, and for you to actually get a result. And most importantly, in this 21st century, like I usually say, that you can't be doing the same thing hoping to get a different result, because everybody knows everything. You need to do some unconventional thing. You need to be creative. You need to be innovative, and you need to bring a revolution in whatever you do. Otherwise, you won't be able to break even. So I think the youths are. It's not the problem of the youth. I think it's the problem of entrepreneurs and leaders in the society. All right, so leaders, entrepreneurs should be able to help in mentoring the youths. We should be able to help them. We should be able to direct their paths. All right, because obviously from their training, most of them they just attended from formal education, and then in our traditional education system, or traditional educational system today, you don't. People are not trained to become entrepreneurs. They are just trained to work in organizations. All right, so if you want more entrepreneurs, then you need to help them. All right, so what we do here at Slot is to pick young people, hire young smart minds, fresh graduates, and then we groom them, we train them. We're not just training them on how to deliver in terms of their work and all that. We train them we train them in the area of entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurs are not just people who run their own businesses. You can be an entrepreneur and you work in organizations. All right? As long as you are creating value in that company, you are also impacting on the society. So entrepreneurs are basically people who bring hope to the society. So we help to bring prosperity. And so I think the youth should be, we should hold their hands and actually lead them. All right? So it's our responsibility as entrepreneurs, as leaders. All right. I'm happy that today we're having some young people in government. I think it's a matter of time. Nigeria is going to become a safe haven. Do
you think it's good enough that we don't have much youth in governance of today? We see the old faces. Has that affected the trend of governance in this country?
I think it's very dangerous to have few youths in our leadership. it's dangerous because for obvious reason, all right, I feel the youth are smarter. I think this is the era of smartness. This is the era of doing things differently. All right, it's not a very good thing for the nation where we have very old people in government. However, the youth should also be patient to learn from these people, because you need to learn the ropes, so you don't just jump the gun. So we need the youth to actually be patient. But however, also, how many youths are actually qualified to actually run in these offices? That is the point. All right, so they don't have experience. They don't have experiences, and they don't also have the training. So it's not just because you have a degree from Harvard and that qualifies you to lead. No, you need to work with people. You need to be mentored. You need to understand the people, the culture, their way of life. All right, so you can't bring your training from Harvard and you want to bring it here. It won't work. All right, so you still need to work under somebody, learn the ropes. Like I always say, you need to learn the rope. You need to understand the people, understand the culture, and you need to associate with them. All right, speak the same language with them. Run, be on the same page with them, and then you can actually deliver. All right. So I think at some level we can say yes, maybe about 10%, all right, of youth actually finding their way to the government house.
We've seen what you've done to the bench. Is one of your ambassadors. Are you using that as a marketing tool?
Well, what we do, our business is more of a B2C business. All right, we sell more to the consumers, and then if you want to appeal to the consumers, you also have to look at what would they like. All right, so I feel entertainment is big in Nigeria right now, and so musicians and actors are very popular, and so it's not a bad idea to have a popular musician like the Banj as our ambassador, and that will actually help us to appeal to the youth, because about 60% of our customers or customer base are youths, and so I think it's in line with our strategy to increase our market share.
If you see the statistics of your buyers, 70% to 80% would be women. Are you doing a specialized phone for women?
Well, if you look at it, most of the phones you have in the market are actually designed for the women. All right, because very trendy phones are for the women. That's the truth. All right, look at the iPhone. They are beautiful. The iPhone 6s, the iPhone 6s Plus, they are beautiful. Look at the Samsung X6 Edge, even the Samsung S7 Edge. All right, so these phones are beautiful. So I think more of the phones are actually designed for women. So it's not about trying to do something different. All right.
So what's your pastime? How do you unwind?
Oh, I'm a family man. I love traveling. I love traveling with my wife, and I play tennis. All right. Of course, you need to keep fit. All right. And then sometimes I also see interesting movies, as long as something that will actually impact on a society, not just movies that are destructive. Yeah. So and I love reading. All right. I love reading. And presently, as a way of also impacting the society, I'm writing a book on entrepreneurship. It's going to be something that I think the youth will find very useful.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now you've done this and you've been successful at it, at the slot. What will be your next level? What are you thinking of next? And I know you to be a man of great ideas. After slot, what is the next level? What are you doing next?
Well, I think everybody will be tempted to see politics. All right, but I don't think everybody must get into a government house to actually create the kind of change we want. All right, so we can actually help from the perspective of entrepreneurship. We can help the government. We can help the people. All right, if we help the government and we impact society, that is the greatest work anybody can actually boast of. So I don't see myself running for offices or for any office right now. I don't see myself going to full-time politics. Rather, I want to do more, all right, for the Nigerian society. I want to get involved in holding seminars, holding lectures, speaking to the youth, visiting universities, and try to help government, create enabling environment for the youths. All right. Basically, I think entrepreneurship should create jobs for the people. All right, if we can create jobs, maybe about 60%, and that will go a long way to reduce what I call social costs. All right, social costs is cost of inflation and cost of unemployment. All right, so if we can do that, I think life will be better.
Are you planning an NGO soon?
Of course, I have a foundation. We have the Slot Foundation, and we have the Slot Academy. The Slot Academy is a training school that helps young people to acquire a basic training, especially training on computer engineering, training on mobile phone engineering. So the Slot Academy has actually done very well, and we've been involved in training Lagos State teachers, those who teach at their technical colleges. All right, so we train them, and we also help the state to inculcate this kind of vocational training right training in the mindset of the Nigerian youth, especially those in technical schools. All right. So for the Slot Academy, that's what we're doing, and then for the Slot Foundation, we're looking at promoting local content. All right. We're looking at promoting locally made products. And we're going to be holding a seminar very soon. We're going to be holding an exhibition very soon for made in Nigerian products. All right, it's going to be a big one. All right, I'm speaking with some governors, and I'm also speaking with some banks, like Bank of Industry. All right, so we want to see how we can actually promote locally made products. And I think if we get involved in such programs, government may want to support us to such a point where people can be encouraged to actually produce locally, to go into local products. Because if we use our own products and we don't really bring in foreign products, that will help to strengthen our currency, and that will help to create jobs, and a whole lot of things will change.
We do promise you that we'll be there to showcase.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
I want to say a big thank you for giving us this honor, and of course, we look forward to seeing you in London very soon.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Thank you very much.
All right, it's my pleasure. Thanks.
Viewers, it's been a very intensive discussion with Mr. Nnamdi Ezeigbo. And of course, he is the MD of Slot. Slot is a popular brand in Nigeria. He's been able to tell us his passion and his vision for Nigeria, and of course the youth's empowerment. I hope you enjoy that. You're going to be seeing more of him in most of our forums. Keep watching Ben TV, the first ethnic satellite TV station in the UK.
I'm holding my head is up, this lights keep flashing on. I know it's my spot today, me taking my shine.